Hey, I'm Craig, I like to draw, and if you're watching this, I'm guessing you do too. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at basic line art in Adobe Photoshop CS5 using this WACOM Cintiq 12WX graphics tablet. So this will be a really basic digital drawing tutorial, and this is what I use to actually draw all of my comics and some of the other drawings I do when I get bored. So what you're going to need is a graphics tablet of some sort like this, as well as a copy of Photoshop. You can always get a trial version of Photoshop, and you can even use GIMP. GIMP is completely free, but GIMP does have a couple of issues with some tablets, and I don't actually know what tablets it has issues with because GIMP is mean, but at least it's free. All right, let's have a look. So we got Photoshop open, and what we're going to do is we're going to import the image that we want to draw. So File, Open, track down your image, and this time it's going to be Mario kicking a shell. This was drawn on a post-it note, so it's going to be really, really tiny, but that's not what we want, because when we look here under Image and Image Size, we can see it's really small. What we want is, when we're drawing, we should be drawing at high resolution. So that way, if we ever want to print this stuff off, or we can enlarge it, we won't lose quality. 72 is ideal for screen, but we want to go higher than that. And I do this with all my comics, so we're going to bump it up to 300. Now, it's going to make the drawing absolutely huge, but that's cool, that's what we want. So we're going to start basically tracing over this, and to do that, we're going to start a new layer down here under Layer Control. If you don't see your layers, you can find it by going Windows, and then Layers. So go down to this little paper thing, and that's actually creating a new layer. So we've got Layer 1. We're going to change its name to Line Art by double-clicking on it. Now, this is actually still going to be hard to draw over because we can't quite see what we're doing, so I'm going to draw like this. Oops. And it's really hard to see what the hell I'm doing. So, what we're going to do is just right click on background and hit layer from background. And we'll just hit OK. Now it's a layer, so it's no longer a locked background object. Right click on it, hit blending options, and then we're going to turn down the opacity to about 50%, about halfway. So we can still see what's going on. Actually, that might be a little bit too low. So let's crank it up to maybe 74. That's better. So back on line art, we're going to go over here where this brown icon is, and we're going to double click on that, and we're going to take it to black. Hit OK. Right, so this button, or this color here, sorry, that's actually going to be what color our pen is. Now, 5 to me is too small, so I'm going to change it to 10. And if you're curious, I'm just using a basic hard brush set to 100 opacity with 100 flow, and then this button over here is clicked, and that'll allow for pressure sensitivity. So what we're going to do is we'll grab the the magnifying glass, and we'll zoom, let's zoom up to Mario. Whenever we're drawing in Photoshop, it is a good idea to draw very close to what you're drawing, because if I try and draw all the way out here, it's actually going to be pretty hard and kind of inaccurate. So we'll go all the way in, make sure I'm selected on line art and not layer 0, grab the paintbrush tool, and just draw like this. Oh, that's actually a horrible example. But what we want to do, is we want our strokes to be very quick and precise. If I draw slow, like this, it's going to kind of have almost bumpy lines. It doesn't look as smooth. So what I need to try and draw is nice and quick. So, drawing up close and nice and quick. And that looks okay. So we go down. That looks like Mario's angry fist. Good. Sometimes slow strokes is okay, but you don't want to make a habit of it.
doesn't look too bad. Let's draw his nose. Here's his eyebrows. So as you can see, we need to try and focus on quick and almost not very long strokes. We just want to have them short, because doing them long will actually be, well, they might come out looking really bumpy and kind of shit. So that's not too bad. He looks kind of angry. That's alright. Now, if I disable this layer, layer 0, that's what it's going to look like. But it's a bit hard to see what he looks like when it's on the transparent layer like that. So what we'll do is we'll just highlight layer 0, hit the new layer icon, and bring that all the way down. So layer 1 is on the way down. We'll double click on it, and let's call it paper. Now what I'll do is I'll go over here to my colors. I'll click this swappy looking button so that the white is now on top. Grab the paint bucket tool and dump it on. So now it's a little bit easier to see what we're doing with Mario. Let's reveal this again. So we just click here to reveal it. And back up to line art, swap to the black. And back to Mario. Now that boot doesn't look very good, but we're going to try and draw it anyway. But not exactly the best line art. Which reminds me, if you're having any frustrations like me right now, use Ctrl-Alt-Z to just undo the crap out of everything. And that'll really help and save you some frustration. That way you can really backtrack on a lot of stuff. So that's looking alright. Down we go. There's his buckle. There's his other buckle. What else we got, Mario? I actually don't know. Ah! Oh no, wait, we got his boot. Just his boot. His lonely boot. Okay, that actually looks alright. So we zoom out. Hit the paper again. Nope, wrong one. We hit this one, so we're going to hide layer 0, the original sketch. And there he is. That actually looks alright. Not too bad. It's pretty basic, but not too bad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to start a digital sketch. So what we did was we originally imported an image that we pre-drawn, and I actually took this, I drew this on a post-it note, and then I took a photo of it with my phone. But that's a bit annoying. Sometimes it's better just to actually just draw your sketch in Photoshop and then draw over it. So we'll disable that layer and we'll turn the paper back on. We're going to make a new layer and let's call it Sketch. Click on Sketch and we'll change it from black to something kind of bright. You can either use blue or red, it's up to you, but in the color picker here, click something that's nice and bright. We're going to go for a blue, like this. And what I might do is I'm going to just draw a Goomba. You know, Goombas from Mario, everyone knows what they are. So here I can just do lots of nice little sketches and get the basic shapes I want. And I can make as many mistakes as I want with this thing, because at the end of the day, it's going to go anyway. So he's an angry Goomba. Yeah, alright, that's not too bad. It's very basic, but we're going to go with it. Back on the line art sketch, we're going to change this back to black. And we're going to go into the sketch here, right click, blending options. And then we'll turn down the opacity till about, I don't know, 50, 49. How about 47, just to piss people off? 47. Back to line art we go. Now, like I said before, nice and close, nice and zoomed in. That way we have more control over what we're drawing. I mean, you can try and draw zoomed out if you want to, but in all honesty, I think you're going to have a bit of a hard time. And again, the strokes can be nice and fast, like this. Ah, damn it. There we go. Because that way, if we do slow strokes, then, well, it might end up looking very bumpy. By doing fast strokes, it makes a line art actually look a lot smoother. And remember that Control-Alt-Z is going to be your buddy. It's going to be your best mate. It wants to have a beer with you. I don't know if you like beer, but Control-Alt-Z loves beer. It's actually got a bit of a problem, to be honest. And we just keep drawing. Sorry, that was just me kind of burping. I don't know what that was. Here's his weird little body. Let's give him shoes. Why not? They look completely stupid, but why not? He's obviously out for a good time. He's wearing his best shoes. Right. So that's our dodgy looking Goomba. What we're then going to do is under layer control here, we're going to disable the sketch. So just click on this eye to make it disappear. And boom, we have a line art of a Goomba. Now, I don't normally like deleting layers because you never know when you might need it. So if you ever need to hide something, just press on that eye icon. And if you want to bring it back, press it again. But don't delete it because you might find that you might need it and then halfway down the track you're like, oh shit, why didn't I freaking keep it? Oh no, I'm so silly. But you know, that's how it goes. Anyway, that's it. That's just basic line art. Next time we're actually going to be looking at some coloring techniques. Please like and subscribe to this channel and also follow our Facebook page, which is in the description below, and check out our comics on gamerevolution.com/comics. And hang on, before we go. Have you ever seen a Goomba with a hand before? It's really creepy, isn't it? Dun dun dun.